I'm back and ready for another fun-filled day of painting. At the moment I've literally just left the house. I am walking down the road with all my supplies. One, because my car is in for its service and MOT today, and two, because I got legs. It's a lovely day. And I'm going to be up at the yard all day, so I don't want to nick Mum's car for too long. It is Monday the 8th-ish, whatever Monday it is, around about the 8th of August. Today, we finished camp on Saturday. I've taken today and tomorrow off as well because I wanted to get my stables finished. You might have seen part 1 of this. Wait, I'm going to have to change hands because my arm's going numb carrying these bags. Quick switcheroony. Yeah, you might have seen part 1 of this. If not, it's on my channel. You may or may not want to go and have a look. My voice is steadily coming back from camp. It is a lot of yelling all week long. Finished off with a party which involves a lot of yelling. So it's taken a hammering. So have my calves, actually. I don't know why, but they're murdering me. They're a lot better today than yesterday. So we got caught up on jobs yesterday. I'm just thinking, timetable for today. Donut has his shoes being done. I need to jet wash and paint 2 stables, and I've got 2 days to do it in. So that's going to be quite a task. Mum is working today and tomorrow, but she will be popping in to help me when she finishes. I've already been up to the field with fed and poo picked, and obviously dropped my car off at the mechanics. So it is, when are we? 9:05, and I'm heading up there. I will need to go and pick up more paint at some point, and like I say, I've got the farrier coming too, so we're going to have to crack on if I want to get 2 stables done before I go back to work on Wednesday. And despite catching up on some sleep yesterday after camp, I was up very late last night, to about 3 a.m. I think, editing my camp vlog, which I got all sorted. And then, would you believe it, technology, it just will not export from my iMovie, so I think I'm going to split it into 2 parts because it was 60 minutes long, so 2 30-minute vlogs, which by the time this comes out you'll have seen, I hope. That, or I'll have thrown my phone out the window, one of the two. I don't mind doing the vlogging, it's the editing, so if anybody would like to volunteer and do my editing for me, you are more than welcome. So I'm not far from the yard now, it's a really short walk, and I will see you when I'm there. Hello. Bye guys! Oh, Maxie, where are you? Ah, there you are. Hi, CP. Look who is in bed. It's a donut in bed. Hi, Tights. Hi, Max. Good eggs. Good morning, sweet peas. Second time you've seen me today. We're not gonna go play. I've got your stables to do, honey bunches. Right then, here we are. Here is our before shots for stable number 1. This is Maggie's stable. Now, she's been poorly already this year, and while she was away in hospital, we did empty out, disinfect, and paint it white. We just gave it a quick whitewash. So I think it will be the easier of the 2. Obviously, everything's going to have to come out. Bedding, matting, brushes, stable chains, the likes. And this is Flint's stable, which is a lot more like Titan's. Not been painted in God knows how many years. Going to take me forever and a day. But like I say, we've only got 2 days until I'm back at work, so that is how long it will take. If I have to work through the night, I will. So let's give it a go. I do have wood paint for my door frames and doors, and for my mounting block actually, and the window frames, etc. I don't know if I'm going to get that done this time. If I can get my 2 stables done, I'll be really pleased. I've got a horse coming on boot camp when Wednesday evening, so when I get home from work on Wednesday. So I would really like these done because it is also due to be really hot the end of this week, hotter than it is now. I mean, gosh, 25 is quite normal, isn't it, these days in the UK at the minute? So yeah, these need to be done so I can hot stable in the likes if it gets warm, because they're lovely, airy wooden stables. It keeps them really cool. Whereas there's not a huge amount of shade in the fields, although they are quite breezy. I can see donuts up. So no, let's crack on. I'm going to get bedding out, rubber mats out, and then go get the jet wash, I suppose. And sweeping out constantly. God, I get really OCD with the sweeping. I need to get over myself. So anyway, let's get on with it. So I have quickly cornered the stable. I didn't think there was much wet in there. I think this is probably from when Pip slept over just before camp and Mum skipped out for me, bless her. I will do the same with this bed from Flint because there'll probably be a tiny bit of wet. I'd forgotten to mention I will not be throwing my bedding away. You may or may not know, bedding is extortionately priced anyway, and it always feels like throwing money in the bin because you put it out for basically to get mucky and throw away. And then the price of timber has gone up as well, so I'm expecting bedding to go up. I'm not going to waste a bit of it. One, for the environment, 2, for my bank account. So we're going to put everything into Titan Stable, which we did in the last painting vlog. Well, I say I. And then I will put it back in these stables when it's done. So I'll carry on. Right then, looking a bit hot and sweatier than when you last saw me, however many minutes of time lapse ago. It is now, I don't know if you can see that, it's now 20 past 10. I have emptied all of the stables. Here is the bedding. I didn't think that was too bad for 4 big builder's sacks of bedding. This is, can you see that yet? That's the waste that I've taken out from the clean bedding. You know, the dusty, horrible bits from the bottom. I'll just flip it. Okay, so Maggie's stable. I need to cut that baling twine down there. There's my charger. All swept out. I need to take the mats out next. Wasn't too bad in here, other than like there was a full bed because she was in keeping Titan company when he was poorly. Flint stable, all done. This was really dusty. Again, I need to take the baling twines down where they are. was really dusty. I didn't manage to jet wash in here last year, so it's actually gone 2 years without a proper blitz. So that was to be expected. I will go and empty those, and then we'll be on to doing the matting. Okay, so mats are heavy, obviously, you probably already know that, and they're not the easiest job on your own. If you can get help, I would suggest doing that, but that's not always possible, so I thought I would show you how I managed to do them by myself without getting covered in old wet stuff and without like putting my back out and hurting myself and killing myself off before I do anything else. So first thing, gloves on, so I'm not ripping my hands up and not getting grubby. Next thing I do is I grab one end of the mat, I pull it over. Probably can't see that because I've got my hair over there. So I folded it in half. See how it's pulled over to the halfway point? And then I put my barrow down on its side, right at the end of where the mat is. And then I take one end of the mat and pull it with me. And then that's the stage when I get this other side. Then I engage my legs. I do a bit of a squat and sit back. Good point to get your foot in here on the sort of stirrup loop bit of your wheelbarrow. And then that's when you can pull it on. So mine's just wedged a bit, so I'm just going to pull it one side at a time. Pretty easy. Bit of mud on my leg, bit of mud on my arm. But actually, I can chat away while doing that. Wheel it away, and Bob's your uncle. We've got another 5 mats to do in here after I've wheeled that one away. And then another, how many do I have in here? 8 big mats in there, and the little ones. So let's get going. One stable down, matting's out, just needs a sweep in here before I jet wash. One stable left to go, having a quick breather. Just stop because I've pulled this mat up, and this is why you want to do your stables at least once every couple of years if you can. Because if you can see that, I think that white stuff's mould. When we did Maggie's stable, we did take a water drinker out, which I don't really like them because you can't how much the horses are drinking. So we did whip that out and hers next door because I always just use buckets. I think it doesn't hiss, the water's always there. I know how much they're drinking. So that will have been dripping, which will have helped create a nice moist area for a bit of mould. I know it's not the end of the world, but if you've got performance horses, you're asking them to do quite a bit, or you've got a normal horse that you want to go for a hack on and pony club and whatever, you don't want mould spores in the stables, do you? So it's, if you can, it's ideal just to give it a bit of a blitz every now and again. I think once a year is ideal. Otherwise you're going to be killing yourself off emptying it constantly. But it is worthwhile doing, just for that reason alone. Let alone for it looking smart and tidy and lovely. So, yeah, let's carry on. Finally, the mats are out. So Maggie's mats are here, slightly further away, and Flint's mats are here. I will flatten them out, sort them out, and jet wash them once the stables are done so that they're drying. I am a bit grubbier than I started, but all being considered, it's not bad. I think another reason why I'm not a fan of doing the mats is the walking back and forth, because something you may or may not know about me is I very, very badly broke my ankle. I don't know if you can see one of the scars. There's one. There's another, if you can see it. About 4.5 years ago. It was quite a severe break. I couldn't wait there on it for 3 months, for starters, and was told that I wouldn't come back to riding, wearing heels, running, nothing. Could not do it. I had done it far too badly. And as it is, I can run if I build it up nicely and I run on flat surfaces. So I'll run on roads and not on wonky grass. Although I have had a recommendation of trainers might help, like some specific running trainers. So I may look into that when I get back at it with my running, which usually happens in the winter while I'm trying to get fit, ready for the event season to start. Hello, Donut. So yeah, that is, for starters, it's sore anyway because we've done camp and I was averaging 40,000 steps a day. So despite riding ponies to and from the field because the children were lovely and lent them to me, or riding my bike that I took with me because I know that's what's going to happen at camp, it was still sore, which you wouldn't be surprised at with that many steps in a day. And then, of course, doing all those walks back and forth is just twinging a little bit, but it'll be all right. That break, coupled with, you can sort of see my scar underneath the mud, and there's another one. I did this 10 years ago. That was quite a severe break as well. Bones out the arm, jobby. Yeah, those two coupled together and a few other broken ribs, I think I've done both sides, is actually why you're not sat watching me making a go of it with a professional yard at the minute anyway, because, you know, as a full-time job, because I've not had the best luck with the injuries, and actually breaking my ankle in my final year of university and having to defer it for a year and figure out what I was going to do for money was a big wake-up call. So that's why I'm working full-time. I'm a sales executive for a pharmaceutical company, if you weren't aware. So that is my 9 to 5, and then this is my 24/7 on top of the 9 to 5. Yeah, little detour into a bit of my background before I go jet wash. So yeah, I'm going to go get the jet washing done. I'm not going to time lapse it because water and electrics and all of that, and there's only me to move the camera, so I want to crack on. It's 35 minutes past 11, so that those mats only took just over an hour. I need to sweep both of the stables, jet wash them, and then I will be back here in just a flash when all of that is done and ready to show you the stables and get on with cleaning those mats. So, see you in about 1 second. I'm even grubbier again. Look at my shins. Gosh. Bit of mud on my face. But we are jet washed in here. So I'll show you around. Lindsay's is done. Loads of cobwebs gone off of the roof. And we've got the walls done. You know, I'm never going to have got it perfect, but I'm pretty pleased with that. I've given it a good sweep down, a good sweep out beforehand. Then I've jet washed it. I've then gone ahead and jet washed the floor, which has got all of that gunge and disgusting stuff out. And I've swept all of the water out in the hope that it will dry out quicker. I mean, I must admit the wall's starting to feel dry already. I started with flint, so that I'm going to get the first... Oh, I just stepped in that. I've jet washed outside the stable as well, guys. Yeah, I'm going to start with the hardest stable to paint, and then hopefully this will be a relief. So this one's looking so much better. Next year when I'm doing this, it's going to be so much easier, because this was like quick blitz round, so much easier to get done because it had already been painted. Although I did get a faceful when I stuck the jet wash in these. Got all the loose bits of dropping off the wall. So yes, floor done, again swept out. Like I said, drain works a bit better in this one. It's not actually a hole. I don't know what's happened. They've obviously lost the top for it before I came, and they've got wood in it. This was completely blocked when I came, and I spent quite a lot of time on blocking all of the drains last summer, I think. And it does make a big difference, but they're never going to get their feet down them. And then, you know, it's not dangerous at all for them. And then they've got the rubber mats on top, just for an added layer of safety. Jet washed the doors. Jet washed my brush. We're all going on a snack hunt. Hunting down my own food. AKA bringing keys with me and getting some out of the lorry. I've just caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. Please bear in mind that I did have a shower this morning. I need to go fetch my car from the mechanics, providing it's past its MOT. Please play. Car past MOT. We'll do that again. Please. Don't have the time or the buttons for another one yet, because I need to sort out arrangements for a donut to stick around a bit longer, I reckon. Yes, I need to go fetch that, so I will be needing a shower. I can't believe the state of that. Right, we've got a snacks haul. God, it was warm in here. I've just opened some windows ajar. So, squash. I've got a water bottle up there, but I'll make 2 water bottles up at once to make use of that. Not the healthiest, obviously. I mean, we've only got bits and bobs in here that I normally grab for extra energy. So we have some Pom Bears. And then we have some Haribo Jelly Babies. And within the Jelly Babies, I have put 2 tea cakes and a club bar. But I'm not going to pick them up to get them out because it's so warm in here, they're melted. So I'm not sure how I'm going to eat those. But anyhow, that will keep me going until I can stop for some actual food. Right, let's go do something with these rubber mats. I've nearly finished jet washing. I've got 2 mats left to do. Thank the Lord. And then I'm on to painting. It is just coming up to 2:45. So we are getting there. We are getting there. The farrier's due at 4 for donut. And I think I'm just going to keep going as long as I can with this painting to get as much as I can done. and then maybe have a little bit of free time tomorrow to do something other than stables.
Work is almost over, summer's getting closer. No time to be sober, sunshine on my shoulders. I'm alive and breathing, living my best life. Love is on my mind and it's making me high. I'm staying in this moment, though it's hard sometimes, but I work it out every once in a while. I feel the love, I feel it growing every day. I feel the love.
Okay, so the farrier has been. Donut has a set of shoes on, a fresh set of shoes on. We've stood holes in this time. It is now 6 p.m. and I just nipped home for half an hour in order to, was it 6 p.m? 6:15. Nicked home for half an hour, 3/4 of an hour to have some food. Mum went and fetched me. On her way, she's been on a paint run as well to get some more paint. And we're going to go back and do a little bit more. Trying to get as much done as possible because the vet's coming tomorrow to scope and tighten. So I'd like to be quite a long way on because I don't know how long that's going to be.
I feel the love, I hope it never goes away. I feel the love.
Right then, that's the white done in here. It's not perfect. I might need to do that top row actually, looking at it. But it's done. It is just past 7:30 and we're hoping to try and get in here done, but I think that's going to be quite quick. So, fingers crossed.
These moments, though it's hard sometimes, but I work it out every once in a while. I feel love. I feel love. I feel the love. I feel the love.
Okay, so I think we're there with the top half of Maggie's stable. Obviously not done the bottom half because it's going blue this time. So much easier to paint in here than next door, where it hasn't been painted. So I'm hoping next year all the hard work will be done. Let's switch the lights on. So I think this wall's okay for Flinty. Yeah, this one's okay-ish. This one needs a bit of work. And that one needs a bit of work, so Mum's just making the feeds up. I'm going to see if we can get that done. It's approaching 8:10. Very tired, but if I've only got the bottom half to do and we've got the mats to move in tomorrow, that is great because the vets are likely to take up some time with Titan. There's always more to be done in a day. Right then, time check. It's 9 p.m. I am now officially disgustingly filthy, including paint in my hair. Yeah, I think that isn't a tan line there, my dears. It is a mud line. So dinner is on. I'm going for a shower. Up first thing in the morning. Hopefully get everything done. Good morning. We're back. It is 7:20. I'm gonna get in here finished. I'm gonna get the blue on, I think. I've just got a little bit more to do just here. And on this wall, I think you can see the bits I need for doing. But obviously the bottom half is done, ready to do the blue, so we can get going with that. And I might be a bit more awake by the time next time I speak to you. Okay, so that's masking tape on in Flint's stable. If you've noticed, Mum is going around and painting with white on top of the masking tape. That gives you, we've missed a bit there, that gives you a more defined line. So what we'll do is we'll wait for the white to dry and then we'll put blue on top, and hopefully it shouldn't seep through the masking tape. Just there. Go. Right, I'll go mask up next door. Okay, we've had a quick pit stop. I've made myself presentable with a pair of joggers. I may have forgotten that I needed to go collect my car from the mechanics, so that's where I've been. I've got a car all MOT'd, fresh shoes on it, 4 new tyres all round, so that will do me for another year. Yeah, so we're getting there. All that bedding in Tyson's stable. He's going to be scoped later as well, so I need to get that sorted. Right, so we are pretty much done in Flint's. There's bits to do. There's some gaps on that wall, but they're like pretty much impossible to get into. We might manage them next year. But other than that, we haven't taken the masking tape off yet. But we are pretty much there again. We've got a bit down there to do. But we are going to go in, get Maggie's done first. I'm praying that it's going to be a bit easier because, I mean, we started at, like 7:20 and it's 11:30 now. So it took a good few hours to do this box, but I'm hoping Maggie's will be easier. Maybe do a bit of a second coat in here, and then it'll be let it dry and bed it down. And at some point, Titan will have the vets. Whose temperature's back? Me? 38.5. I'm hoping it's just the warm weather. But he's due to be scoped today anyway, so get him checked over. Get you checked over. That is us done. That is about impossible to get, so we'll hopefully get it next year. I am covered head to toe. Doesn't look that bad in the video, I don't think. I'm covered in paint, but that is okay. Let's go take a look at Maggie's. Oh, quickly switch that off so I don't get copyrighted. And this is Maggie's. I think it looks good. So I will be back in 2 ticks, having put the mats back in, bedded it down with the finished articles. See you in a sec. Right, I've just got a few more mats ready to wedge in, but this is how we are looking in Flint's stable. Finish this off. So there's a little bit of a gap here. We're now in the evening. Titan had his scope. That took a good bit of time, and I'd finished off the mats by now, obviously, and on to bedding down. This is it. Stables are done. Finally. Now, you'll notice it's dark outside. It's really late. It's 10 to 10. But I had a few chores to do. And actually, I was making the most of the time. So I'll give you a little tour to finish off. And it's nice and cool. That's the other point. Yeah, I had to go home for physio on my ankle, because it was really bad after camp and everything. But I've come back, I've got finished. The stable's done, start to finish, within 2 days, just about. So here we have Flinty's stable, all done and ready to come in with this hot weather. Moving on down to Miss Maggie's, again, done and ready. Look at that straight line. Beautiful. And then who appeared in the last Pimp My Stable vlog, Titan stable, which is still looking good. I'm going to touch top before we finish. But yeah, that is my lovely, lovely yard all finished. Woohoo!